Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. I got a lot of requests to do the green wish Pilaf leader, especially because he doesn't really have a lot of synergy with a lot of things. The green desires are kind of polarizing towards two kind of lackluster archetypes and just a lot of other things. So I decided to make my own spin on it. No surprise, it doesn't really have to do anything a lot with the leader, but the only thing that it really benefits from is the leader being green. So I'm basing it off of that. And yeah, let's get into it. So it's kind of, if you've seen one of my kind of old classic slug swap decks, this is kind of under the same vein. It's a swap deck, and the kind of the final prize getting to Son Goku Hope of Universe 7. This card is super powerful. What it does is when this card attacks, if your lead card is green, choose up to one card from your opponent's hand, or up to their battle cards placed in the drop area, and it gets critical. So it's just being able to do 3 swings of a 35k with that is just crazy. Additionally, the Pilaf leader, his final wish is you remove 7 Dragon Balls from the drop area. If you do, choose up to one card from your opponent's hand and battle cards and place them in the drop area, and then this card gets 15k power. So you have so you just get a lot of destruction on their board. In general, you have a lot of advantage because you have all these swap targets, and when you swap with them, they go back to your hand. So you just try to out advantage your opponent, and that's how you win this game. And then so let's go into it. So we're running 3 Successor of Hopes. This lets us find a lot of our early swap targets. It goes up to 4 or 5 or less. So everything up to Son Goku Hope of Universe 7. So that's really good, and it just helps us in the deck to make sure we have some turn 1 plays, so that's good. Second, we've got Bardock, because we can't run a swap deck without Bardock. I wasn't sure if we should run 3 of them or even more of him compared to Adoptive Son, Father Son Gohan, just because we don't really care about our life, but I decided with 3 right now. If you felt like it was too aggressive and you're taking your life too much, definitely put some more Son Gohans instead. I think that's fine. Next up is Master Roshi. 4, he's just a yellow card who's also Universe 7, who also can be a negate if we need it. So I ran 4 of him, and he's been pretty good. He's just one of my an old classic for now. So 4 of him. Next up, we're running 3 Dependable Dynasty Son Gohan or Son Goku. This can also be the 10-drop Gohan that has barrier. The only reason I'm not running that is because with Child's Wish, we don't really care about cards with barrier, so we want to have targets for this sometimes too, just because we get to play it for free. So I'm running the 3 of him and 4 of this Ultimate Potential Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan. Really good target with Child's Wish, just because you come out, and especially if you get him out for free, because you can just play him, blow up something, attack, and then for only 2 energy you get to draw 2 more cards with Discovered Dynasty. So that's a really good combo, gets a lot of value. And once you get Discovered Dynasty out, you pretty much get to go up to your Hope of Universe 7, as long as you have 4 energy. So really good there. And so turn 3, you get this guy out with Child's Wish, and then you Discovered Dynasty Son Gohan. And then turn 4, you abrupt breakthrough into EX evolving into this guy. So that's kind of how that chain works. It's really dependable, and even though like I can see a lot of builds just deciding to go like, oh, let's just double down on all these guys, play some more early game defensive just so you can get there. So I think that could be a really valid game plan too, which is also why we're not running as many of these guys. So yeah, anyways, keep going through it. We're running our super combo is just going to be Defensive Stance Piccolo. I don't think we're going to have a lot of cards actually we're going to have a lot of cards in our drop, so we should what am I thinking? I wasn't thinking about having Dragon Balls in there. So definitely switch it with was it this? Yeah, this Defensive Stance. Where's Piccolo? There you go. Yeah, we're a Dragon Ball deck. Don't you remember that? So yeah, we do that. We have 4 of him, just because we will with the Dragon Balls have that. The only thing I could see having a little bit consistent issues with is Awakening on turn, but I'm not too terribly worried about that. Pilaf is one of the leaders that you have to attack with one of your cards first, and so that's kind of why we're running this early package too, so you can attack with Bardock, get some advantage, search for Dragon Ball, and stuff like that. If you're worried about that, I could definitely see running some Sorbet for turn 1. And if you really don't care about this early game package, and you'd rather just double down on this chain right here, I would say go for it. And with the other early game stuff, I'd focus more on just getting early Dragon Balls through Sorbet and cards like that. Lastly, we're running 2 Dragon Radar just because it's just more advantage, and it can also help us find Dragon Balls if we really need it, and also it can help us find, it can also get us a Desire back and stuff like that, so just a good card in this deck, especially since we have already so much advantage. We don't care if this is like a dead extra card at times, so that is good. We're running also 4 Shocking Death Ball because we kind of have to. Very powerful, just a free negate as well. We're going to be close to tapping out every turn, so this is really good for that, and just a solid card in general. So this is the deck. I think it's actually probably pretty good. Once again, the only issue I could see is Self Awakening. So if you've been playing this deck and you realize I can't awaken ever, I would go into changing this early curve to, instead of having a bunch of these swap targets, I would instead have like a Sorbet, and just depend on having this out getting this out of Child's Wish, and then zooming up this line through there. So anyways, this is a green Pilaf deck for me. It's probably not what you expected. Oh, also Victory Strike, if you don't have it, definitely it's not required. It's a $200 card, so you could easily just put like another Child's Wish in, or maybe even another Son Gohan. I think that'd be fine as well. Just you do not need Victory Strike. It's just added cheese for the end of it. And to be honest, I don't know if you'll ever actually use it, but I mean you can play it, so why not put it in the deck? So yeah, this is a deck. Let me know what you guys think below. This is definitely not the intended way to play Pilaf, but I think it's really just a generic good archetype. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.